Welcome to AI Quant Studio. I am Sean, and I am excited to have you here. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a brilliant trading idea but didn't know how to test it? Maybe you thought, I should buy tech stocks when they dip below the 50-day moving average, but you had no way to see if that actually works. Or maybe you had a strategy in your head, but you can't code, so it just stayed an idea. Well, I've got great news. Right now is the absolute best time to be a trader with ideas. AI can translate your thoughts into real strategies. It can write the code for you. It can debug errors. It can refine your logic. All you need is a creative brain and the curiosity to test your ideas. Today, we're launching a new series called Prompt to Profit. And in this series, I am going to show you how to go from a simple description of a trading strategy to a fully backtested, data-driven result. No coding required. Let's dive in. Here is what we're building today. A super simple buy and hold strategy. $10,000 invested in 2011. Hold it until today. The result? $1.2 million. Over 1,100% return. But here is the crazy part. This entire strategy, the code, the backtest, the analysis was generated by AI in under 3 minutes. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to replicate this process for any trading idea you have. So today's strategy is the simplest possible. Buy and hold QQQ, the NASDAQ ETF. One purchase on day one. Hold it forever, never sell. Boring? Yeah, absolutely. But here is why this matters. This is our baseline. Every advanced strategy we build in future videos will be compared to this number. If your fancy strategy with 10 indicators in machine learning can't beat simple buy and hold, it is not worth your time. So we need to establish what simple looks like. Starting capital, $10,000. Time period, January 2011 to today. That is about 15 years of real market data. COVID crash, Fed rate hikes, the AI boom, all of it. Let's see what happens when you just buy and hold through everything. All right. Here's where the magic happens. Instead of spending days learning software API, reading boring documentation, debugging syntax errors at 2 in the morning, just pick your favorite AI assistant, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and tell it what you want in plain English. Watch this. In Claude I type, I would like you to create a QuantConnect backtest strategy. Buy and hold QQQ from 2011 to today. That is it. 23 words. And now I just hit send. And watch what happens. Claude immediately starts generating the complete strategy. It sets up the class structure. It writes the initialize function with the start date, end date, and initial capital. It adds QQQ as our equity with daily resolution. It writes the onData function that buys on the first day and holds forever. All from that one simple prompt. This is wild. A year ago, you'd need to know Python. You'd need to understand object-oriented programming. You'd need to read through QuantConnect's entire documentation. Now, just describe what you want. Now here is the honest part. The first version Claude gave me had some warnings. QuantConnect complained about the syntax. You know, set start date instead of set start date with capital letters. In the old days, you'd spend an hour on Stack Overflow trying to figure this out, reading forum posts from 2015, trying different variations. With AI, I just copy the warning message, paste it back to Claude, and say, fix this. And boom, Claude immediately generates a new version with all the method names in lowercase. Perfect. No errors. Ready to backtest. The entire debugging process took 30 seconds. Let me quickly walk you through what this code actually does. Because even though you didn't write it, you should understand what is happening under the hood. The initialize function runs once when your strategy starts. We're setting our backtest date range, January 1st, 2011 to January 22nd, 2026. We're setting our starting cash to $10,000. And we're adding QQQ as the equity we want to trade using daily bars. Then the onData function runs every single trading day. Every morning, the market opens. This function executes. Our logic is dead simple if we're not invested yet. Buy QQQ and put 100% of our portfolio into it. Otherwise, do nothing. Just hold. That is the entire strategy. But here is what is beautiful about this pattern. This same structure works for any strategy. Doesn't matter if you want to add moving averages, RSI, Bollinger Bands, whatever. The complexity doesn't change the process. More advanced strategies just have different logic in that on-data function. The AI writes it all the same way. All right, moment of truth. I paste this code into QuantConnect and click the backtest button. And now QuantConnect is simulating every single trading day from 2011 to today. It is executing our strategy, tracking our portfolio, calculating all the metrics. This takes about 30 seconds and done. Here are the results. $10,000 became $1.2 million. Let that sink in for a second. 1.2 million. That is an 1,167% total return over 15 years. Annual return 18.7%. Not bad for doing absolutely nothing except buying and holding. Now look at this equity curve. This is your account value over time. You can see it climbing steadily upward. That dip in 2020, COVID, the market fell hard. That dip in 2022, Fed raising rates, tech stocks sold off. Then that vertical climb at the end, the AI boom, NVIDIA, Microsoft, all the big tech stocks took off. QQQ went parabolic. The Sharpe ratio is 0.711. That is decent. It means you got a solid risk-adjusted return. Anything above 0.5 is considered acceptable. Above 1 is great. We're right in the middle. Solid performance for a brain-dead simple strategy. But now, let me show you something that is going to blow your mind. Remember how I said this was just a buy and hold strategy? And remember how all I did was tell Claude buy and hold QQQ? Watch what happens when we change one word. Instead of QQQ, what if we bought Tesla? Same strategy, same time period, same starting capital, just a different ticker symbol. I don't even need Claude for this. Just go back to QuantConnect and change the ticker name to TSLA. Wait 30 seconds and look at this. $10,000 becomes $24 million. $24 million. That is a 24,000% return. Annual return, 45%. This is generational wealth from changing one word in a prompt. If you bought $10,000 of Tesla stock in 2011 and just held it, did nothing, didn't trade it, didn't try to time it, you'd have $24 million today. That is retire your entire family money from one decision. You can see the same pattern on the chart. Steady climb for years. Then in 2020, it exploded when Tesla became profitable and joined the S&P 500. In 2022, when Elon bought Twitter, it dropped hard. Then it recovered. Wild ride, but incredible returns. Okay, one more. What if instead of Tesla, you bought NVIDIA? Again, same strategy. Buy in 2011, hold until today. Let's see what happens. Change TSLA to NVIDIA in QuantConnect. Backtest. And wow! $10,000 becomes $51 million. $51 million! That is a 50,000% return. Annual return is 52%. This is once-in-a-generation stock performance. This is the kind of return that changes your family tree, all from buying one stock and holding it for 15 years. Look at the chart. Steady growth for years. Then in 2023 and 2024, ChatGPT launches. AI became everything. Every company wants AI. NVIDIA makes the chips that power all of it. The stock went absolutely vertical. If you held through everything, you captured this entire move. So let's recap what just happened here. We tested 3 different strategies in about 5 minutes total: QQQ, Tesla, and NVIDIA. Each one required changing a single word in the AI prompt. 5 minutes to test 3 completely different strategies covering 15 years of market data. Think about what that means. The old way, you'd spend days learning QuantConnect's API. You'd spend hours writing your first strategy, debugging it, Googling error messages. Each new strategy would take half a day of work minimum. The new way, 2-minute conversation with AI. Get the code instantly. Paste it in. Backtest done. 3 minutes total. This changes everything. The barrier to testing trading ideas just collapsed. You want to test if buying dips works? Ask AI. You want to test moving average crossovers? Ask AI. You want to test a crazy idea you read on Reddit? Ask AI. Backtest it. See if it is garbage or genius. All in minutes. This is the power of AI-assisted trading. You are not replacing human judgment. You are amplifying it. You think of ideas. AI writes the code. You analyze the results. This is how we're going to build strategies going forward. But I want you to notice something about these three results. QQQ turned 10,000 into 1.2 million. Amazing. Tesla turned 10,000 into 24 million. Incredible. NVIDIA turned 10,000 into 51 million. Life-changing. But look at the numbers more carefully. QQQ had a max drawdown of 35%. Tesla, 73%. NVIDIA, 66%. What does that mean? It means at the worst point, you'd watch your Tesla account drop by almost 3/4. Your NVIDIA account drop by 2/3. Here is what happens in reality. You buy NVIDIA in 2011 because you believe in the company. It goes up 500% over a few years. You are feeling great. You tell your friends about it. Then 2022 hits. The Fed raises rates. Tech stocks get crushed. Your account drops from 20 million to 7 million in a few months. That is when the doubt creeps in. Should I sell and lock in what is left? Most people do. They sell at the bottom. Then they miss the recovery. Because in 2023, AI explodes. NVIDIA goes from 7 million back to 51 million, but they're not in it anymore. This is the real challenge. Not finding strategies that work. We just found 3 that work incredibly well. The challenge is building strategies you can actually stick with. Strategies where you don't panic when things get rough. And that is exactly what we're going to tackle in the next video. I am going to show you how to use AI to build strategies with better risk management. Same massive profit potential, but with smoother rides. Same 3-minute AI workflow, just smarter about when to be in and when to be out. If you want to see how we build better strategies using AI, please like, subscribe, and join us on X at AI Quant Studio to share your results. In future videos, we're going to add indicators, position sizing, and risk rules all generated by AI in minutes. We'll see if we can keep the Tesla-level returns while making the ride smoother. Same prompt-to-profit process, just smarter strategies. See you next time.